Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Connor, your YouTube fisherman, back here with a much anticipated video for you guys. I get a lot of requests from you saying, how do I start? Basically, a beginner guide to saltwater fishing, inshore fishing. And I'm gonna be making that video for you guys. I hope it's gonna help you guys. But before I start the video, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you. We are almost 30,000 subscribers. I just cannot believe this. It's amazing. What a feeling. So I really want to say thank you for supporting the channel. And sky is the limit. This year I want to hit 50K at the end of the year, hopefully. So let's shoot for that. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys being in here and tuning into my video. But without further ado, let's get to it. Oh yeah. Yes. In the net, baby. What is that? What is that? Oh, it's a piece. This is a piece. 18-inch tarpon, guys. Oh. Oh my god, oh my god. Yes. Another turtle? Holy crap, yes, 10 pounds, 30-inch redfish. Basically today we're gonna be learning about the inshore fishing, saltwater fishing. What do we really need? Basic things: where, when, how, and what? Those are the questions, and we're gonna answer today. Those are the most asked questions while I'm online platforms, Facebook, Instagram. All the people are asking me, and all my clients that I take out fishing, they say, I have a kayak, I go surf fishing, but I cannot catch anything. I only catch catfish, I cannot catch a redfish, trout, snook, get an inshore slam. So what I'm gonna tell you guys is definitely gonna help you capitalize on some good fish and hopefully catch your first inshore slam or your first redfish, snook, trout, whatever it takes. It takes very simple steps. And we're gonna start with when. When is the most important for me, I believe. You gotta look into tide charts before you go out. Go ahead and study your forecast as far as the weather goes, and that's gonna help you a lot. But rule of thumb for me is you go out fishing early in the morning with the first light. That's it. That's the key. If you go out fishing on the first light, doesn't matter you're on a boat, on a kayak, from the shore, you go to the beach, surf fishing, doesn't matter. You have to be there with the first light, and preferably on a moving tide. I prefer incoming tide, and that's why I like to work it. The water flowing, fish moving. The water moves, fish moves. That's the rule. So anytime you have a slack tide, that's your slowest time. The fish will not eat. Fish will not hunt, they will stay still, they need moving water. With the moving water, everything else moves. Bait moves, and when the bait moves, big fish, predator moves to hunt them. So you gotta look for moving water, you gotta look for the high tide coming in or outgoing tide, and that's your key. But the most important, you gotta be out there first thing in the morning. That is your time to shine and catch and capitalize on some good fish. So, and where? They always ask this where. Well, if you do inshore fishing and you have a kayak or a boat or whatever, if you go onto the flats on the river, you gotta look for those ambush points for the fish are. Anytime on the mangroves, the channel between two mangroves, if you see the water moving in, flowing in, that's your tide moving in. Again, water moving in. You target that area. You face the moving in water. You cast towards it. You cast towards the mangrove corners, the islands, and that's where the predator fish is gonna ambush that bait coming in. easy prey, right? Basically, the bait coming into their mouth. They're just waiting. The water flowing and they're biting it. So you're just gonna cast towards it, just like the bait you're throwing in, and you're gonna capitalize on some good fish. So that's what I look for. I look for also any kind of movements. Where you're gonna fish is you look for the bait, boil, and burst, 3 B's. Those are very important. You see bait movement, they move like crazy, sporadic moves, jumping. There is something underneath predators, snook, trout, redfish, even tarpon. They're rolling around there. So you gotta look for that bait movement, and then you gotta look for birds. Birds are flying around, and they usually look for that bait too. So you gotta look for if you don't see the bait, you look for the birds movement. If you see anything like boiling, you see the movement in the water, you see wakes, and that's your indication that there's a school of redfish. If it's a really big wake going, that's a school of redfish or school of jacks or school of black drum. You gotta go ahead and cast your lure there, cast your rod there. So those are the locations you will be working your lures or live bait or whatever it needs to be. And that's my next point to what. What do you use and how do you approach the inshore fishing? My tactic, what I use is always lures. I barely use live bait. I use lures, mostly Salt Strong paddle tails, Slam Shady, Mulligan, mostly light colors if it's a clear water, and I use dark colors with sparkle if it's a murky water, like that. So that helps me a lot. And of course, I do use on my tackle bag, I use spoons if I'm at the jetty or not. You could use weedless if it's shallow water, but I do use spoons, silver, gold, any of these colors will work. And then you'll definitely capitalize on some good fish. I also use my gotcha lure, as you guys know. That's one of my favorites when I go surf fishing or when I go to jetties or the pier. That's my favorite color, bone color with some shine to it, with the teaser at the end, right there. That catches me everything. With this gotcha lure, I caught a 31-inch snook on my kayak trolling. So that tells you this works. You just have to jig, 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 and make it look like a bait fish. That's it. So I use that. Of course, my early morning, like I said, that's the best time to fish. You have your top water plugs. Spook Junior, saltwater, top lures. You walk the dog, hear that noise? You twitch, it zigzags and imitates the bait fish. And you get that blow up, that's crazy, like what a feeling. When you get an early morning top water bite, it's unbelievable. So I highly recommend you guys going out early with the first light. Like right now, around this summer, you should be out there, start the fishing, line on the water, 6 a.m. That's right before the first light, and work these top waters. I guarantee you, you will catch a good fish. I go out, work the mangroves. Like I said, I look for those 3 B's, boils, blow-ups, birds, any bait movement, and boom, fish is on. So easy as that. It's not hard. You just gotta read the clues that the nature's giving you, and it will make it easier on you to catch your first redfish, snook, trout, whatever it needs to be. So top water early in the morning, work on the mangroves. If you have some buildings, walls, houses, you could work on the walls. I like that. Very shallow, close to the shore. You work in the wall throughout that house, and boom, they're right there. I catch snook all the time like that. It's easy. You just throw that and work it zigzag, twitch, 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 pause, twitch, twitch, pause. So do a slow presentation. Don't jerk it fast. Just kind of keep it slow, and that's it. They'll get you a nice fish. And after that, like I said, I use the lures, and the most important thing is on what? Your lines. It is incredibly important. Your rods and your reels and your line. Basically, I use most of the time on my reel 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. That is gold for me on an inshore. What I learned throughout the years fishing, I didn't know anything when I first started. I mean, I fish, of course, but I fish in a different method. I'm original from Turkey, and they fish totally different there. You know, we use hand lines. We don't have rod and reels so much, so it's totally different. I fish all my life, but when I moved here in 1992, I had to learn all these new methods. And what made me successful catching a lot of fish is going down on the line capacity, going down on the rod size, and going down on the reel size. You lower everything. You go lighter. Lighter tackle made a huge difference, and it will make a huge difference for you as well. So my most important suggestion to you, lower it. Light up your tackle right now. All those heavy, medium, heavy rods, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 reel, 8,000 reels, no. You don't need that. You don't need 50-pound line, no. Unless you're catching monsters out there on offshore or something, but no. Inshore fishing, this is what you're gonna need. 20-pound fluorocarbon. I mean, you could make it, I have 20-pound mono, you could make it 25-pound, depends on where you're at. If you have structure, like if you're working on the inlets, like Sebastian Inlet, I go there all the time, you could move it up to 30, which is I have here. There you go. I use my drink coaster to keep the lines coming out. A little trick for you guys. I use the coaster, it stays nice and spooled, doesn't come out, and keeps it against damages too. But I use 30, for example, mono, if I'm at the inlet with the rocks on the jetty. So all depends, but if you're inshore fishing on the rivers, by the mangroves, flats, anything like that, definitely go with the 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. And what I use is, just to give you an idea, this is my go-to. I have the Squadron 3, that's the pen, and I have medium and medium light on these rods, 7.6 feet, and my reel Daiwa Fuego 2500. That's it. Look at this, smooth as a butter. I've been using this for 2.5 years. I catch over 30-inch redfish, snook, trout. I got some gator trouts with this. 31, 32-inch redfish, I pulled in with 2500 reel. You don't need bigger lines, bigger rods, bigger reels. And the key is you have to adjust your drag accordingly. Give some, take some. Give some, take some. As they running, let them run. When they stop, reel it in. That's it. But you gotta get that drag right so you don't break your lines. So you gotta work it, and it makes it so much fun. It's definitely more fun than, you know, hustling with a heavy rod and reel and line. And you're gonna kill yourself all day fishing like that. There's no way. I cast literally every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, I cast. Doing this all day for 10 hours a day, there's no way. So my go-to, highest medium, but I use medium light as I'm casting with 2500 Daiwa Fuego, and that's it. Medium light rod, 2500 reel, like a butter. All day I could cast, and I catch all the big fish with that, no problem. So that is my biggest advice for you guys. When you're out there fishing, lighten up your gear. So these are the key elements. And of course, you have your terminal tackle. You gotta have a plier everywhere you go. you have to have your scissors and for the braid, to cut the braid as well. I have that. Fish grips comes very handy when you're holding that fish. They get slimy, you don't want to hold them too much, you don't want to damage the fish anyways. Always wet your hands if you're holding them, especially the trout. You gotta protect our nature, our fish. We gotta let them go. I let go most of my fish that I catch, redfish, snook, trout. So you gotta be careful when you're handling the fish. So fish grip, of course, measure board. I have one in my kayak as well. Knife for your safety, whatnot, and that's it. That's very easy. And I want to show you one. They are already rigged, so you guys can see. Since I'm working the flats, I always use the weedless setup. That's the helix hooks with the needle at the end. You put the paddle tail through there, twist it, and just hook it through like that. That's it. Look how light this is. This is 3/8 ounce. Again, 20-pound leader and 20-pound fluorocarbon. That's all I have. Another one right here, 2,500. You don't need anything bigger. So I have 2,500, 3,000, max 4,000. That's all I use. Sometimes depends where you're at. So other than that, that's it, guys. Very simple, very effective way to fish. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. But before I go, I want to share with you, since I do kayak fishing all the time, I just got my new battery. My new battery from Power Queen. That's my battery box. I just want to share that with you. There you go. That's Power Queen. 12.8, 100 amp, comes with the Bluetooth, so you could actually go ahead and connect to your phone, which what I love about this, look, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So right now you're on the water and you wanna check your voltage, your battery percentage, you just go to the app right here, Power Queen, there you go, see, it tells you to log in. You already found it, it's offline. You hit the Bluetooth button right there. Boom, Bluetooth connected. And you just keep on it. There it is. It tells me it has 68%. This is the percentage I got left from last time I was fishing on my kayak for 10 hours. 10 hours on my Old-Town Sportsman Autopilot 120. Still has 68% left. It's incredible. It tells your temperature, it gives your power, current, voltage, and then you could check your balance, cells, and the BMS condition at all once. I love this. Incredible app to work with as well. Power Queen, I highly recommend it. I'm gonna go ahead and link it for you, the information, if you wanna purchase one. Again, all my tackles, all my lures, anything that I use that you guys have, the rod, reels that I just show you, it's under the link below. You could check on the description and you could take advantage of it. They don't break the bank. Incredible value. Most of them like 100 bucks, 80 bucks, 90 bucks. I don't buy those $500, $1,000 reels and rods. You don't need to. Especially if you're a beginner, you don't have to do that. You just have to lighten up your gear and go out there, like I told you, first thing in the morning and catch some fish. And I guarantee you, if you follow all these steps, you're gonna catch your first redfish, trout, or snook, whatever it needs to be, and gonna have fun. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you did, again, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. Almost 30,000 subscribers, so thank you again for everybody for subscribing and tuning in, supporting the channel, and I will see you on the next video. Tight line, everyone.